All right, we're on the air. Here we go. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to That Pixel Life. This is episode 40 for February 7th, 2019. And this week, we're going to cover Resident Evil 2, Kingdom Hearts 3, Apex Legend, this month's game releases, a whole bunch more. So let's get started. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in again this week. If you are new to the show, thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoy what you're listening to. My name is Josh Faulkner. We got the birthday boy, Zach Anderson, over there. Hi, Zach.
Yes, I'm officially 40 years old.
Do you get the discount at IHOP now, like the geriatric discount or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, maybe if my beard gets a little grayer, we'll get there. But
all right,
not yet.
So how's it feel being 40?
Man, I feel every goddamn day of it. Let me tell you, like people are like 40's the new 30, man. 40's the new freaking 75 in my world. Like, jeez.
All right.
But,
all right.
But no, it's good. It's good. I'm upright and breathing, so it's always a good start.
Sounds good. We got Shannon Moore there too. Hi, Shannon.
Wow. Hello. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I lost you there for a second.
Yeah, no, I thought I did too. My internet bombed out real quick right before you introduced me, and I got worried.
Oh, gotcha. Now, Shannon is rocking a headset for a mic this week because he's got his setup kind of changing here recently. So please excuse the audio quality. We will get him back up and rocking better here soon. So we're using a temporary headset for him. But either way, we got Robbie Stilton Pool too. Hi, Robbie.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Doing well.
Awesome.
Can't complain at all.
All right, awesome. Now, before we get started, I do want to.
Are you a little down? Are you a little down tonight, Robbie, because of the Qs? Is that what's going on? Is that why you're a little funked out tonight?
I may not be the happiest right now because of that.
Okay.
You're playing the number 20 team in the country, and you're down by 20 in the first half. You come back and you take it down to only 1, and then your starting senior point guard has 5 straight turnovers, and the game gets out of hand, and then you can't get out of the hole. And so, I don't know why I'm getting upset because Syracuse is already already locked in for the tournament. Like, they're going to go, but I hate whenever they look like crap. Like,
it was one of those. Like, as soon as I saw your dad, I'm like, oh, he watched that game. I could just see it. I could just see it was in the shoulders. The shoulders told me everything. Like, yeah, he watched that game. Yeah,
not too happy, but hey, I'm all right. I'm doing well, man. But Josh, you were about to start us off. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Josh.
You're fine. Just before we get started, I do want to apologize for last week. We could not get our schedules gelled up right last week, and we were all in a funk. And unfortunately, we had to push the episode back to this week, episode 40. So again, I apologize for everyone for the delay, but Zach and I did put something a little together for you guys. I keep calling it a mini episode, but it was like over 40 minutes long. But there is that out there for you guys to listen to, and hopefully that kept you guys it's going to be something to listen to before we got this thing put together and put out there. So again, I apologize for that. We don't like to skip weeks if we don't have to, but sometimes life happens and we got to do what we got to do. So that being said, though, let's just jump right into the industry buzz. Now, Robbie actually had a suggestion for the show that he thought would be fun to try, and we're going to try it right now. So at the first episode of every month, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the release schedule for the month and just all the games that are coming out. And that way we can kind of comment on what we're interested in, what we're not interested in. And that will give you guys sort of a roadmap of what to expect from us out of that month, what games we'll probably be talking about and not be talking about, stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. So this month for February, we got WarGroove with Just Hit. So I don't know if anyone has interest in WarGroove at all. That's like a strategy kind of Advance Wars kind of indie game. Did you?
I got it. Yep.
Oh, okay. Have you played it yet?
I have. I've played probably like 2 hours worth of story in it, and I'm enjoying it. It's like a Fire Emblem, but there's a little bit more commandeering of bases and stuff like that you can to get yourself some more money so you can hire more troops. So it's not just based off of just a handful of main characters. You actually have just like infantry that you control. So it's interesting. I'm enjoying it so far.
All right, awesome. I know a lot of people are talking about that one, so it seems to be doing pretty good.
What are you playing it on, Shin?
The Switch.
Okay. Is it a good handheld experience?
Yes. I would actually. That would probably be the way I prefer to play this game. It's good to carry on the go. Think about a handful of moves and and things that you'd like to do, set it down, do your thing, pick it back up again, finish out a level and call it good.
That might be something I pick up then. So I can see.
I think you'd enjoy it.
Yeah, it sounds like my kind of game. So
yeah, and for $20 you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. A game called The Occupation just dropped too. I have no idea what that is. There's a new Blaze Blue Central that coming out for the Switch next week, I believe. Trials Rising is dropping as well. I know Robbie's into that one, aren't you, Robbie?
Well, I've played the other Trials games and I've enjoyed them to a certain degree. They've been fun.
I've never played one.
I mean, it is all about just like stupid, goofy animations, and it's really about crashing more than anything else.
Okay.
But like, because the guy who's riding the bike has almost like that Sackboy animation, like
Ragdoll.
Yeah, ragdoll effects and stuff. So that's always a lot of fun. I don't know if I would necessarily get it out the gate, but it's just an interesting game just because they're continuing to make these games. And I remember seeing Trials Rising at E3 last year, and it looked gorgeous. So we'll see what happens.
Awesome. Now we got Crackdown 3 and Far Cry New Dawn dropping next week as well.
Well, the problem is most people who want to play Crackdown 3 apparently need an Xbox 360 because that's what it looks like it's a game for.
Yeah.
Ouch.
There was definitely a downgrade on those graphics, I noticed. But I didn't watch the launch trailer for it. I'm still excited for it. Like, if it plays like the original, like I'm on board because I had a lot of fun with that first one.
The smartest thing they ever did was make it part of Game Pass. That's why I'll play it.
That's how I'm going to play it too.
Yep.
And that's how I try it out.
Yeah, if this game was not part of Game Pass, it would be a hard pass for me.
Now, I do want to be fair because apparently Xbox is trying some kind of new thing with this game where a lot of the graphics are being uploaded from the cloud. So maybe something weird will come out and it'll look better later. But right now, it just looks like doo-doo.
Yeah, now Terra Cruz is saving the look of that one, huh?
Well,
Yeah,
the thing that's got me worried about Crackdown 3 is when the original Crackdown came out, that was a very inventive game. It was very unique. It was the first one to do a lot of the open world things that it did, and it got a lot of attention for all those reasons. The problem is none of that is new anymore, and it looks like more of that. Yeah. So that's where I'm a little concerned. I
didn't even bother with the sequel, but I loved the first one so much. I'm surprised I never did touch the sequel, to be honest with you. But I'm fully on board for this one. Game Pass, why wouldn't I not try it?
Yeah.
So yeah, but Far Cry New Dawn is dropping too. Did you guys know that game's only $40?
No, I didn't know that.
I just found that out. Like, apparently I saw a commercial for it or something that said $39.99 on it. And I'm like, okay. Well, so yeah.
As someone who in the last month has beat Far Cry 5, I have no desire to play any more Far Cry.
Yeah, I didn't like Far Cry 5, so I probably will skip this one.
I'll probably circle back around to it because in my experience, the smaller Far Cry games have actually been the ones I've enjoyed more. Like Blood Dragon was great. I thought Primal was actually a lot of fun. And so I'd be probably on board to give another concentrated Far Cry experience a shot.
I didn't hate Far Cry 5. The gameplay was incredible. It looked gorgeous. That story just was so trash.
It was. I didn't like any of the villains in that game. Like, none of them felt threatening to me.
But the reason is, Josh, is because it took you literally 25 hours to get to the first boss.
Yeah. I beat the first guy like at the bottom of the map.
Yeah.
And then like I went to the chick.
Prosperity Gospel guy.
Yeah, I got to the girl and like I got to the point where like I almost had to go after her. Like that meter was almost full. And I just lost interest and I never did fill that meter to trigger her boss sequence or whatever. And I stopped there. I probably put 10 hours into it and I got bored.
I never got a comment on that game, but one of the biggest gripes I have about that game is its what's it called? Its inability to respect a player's time time to play video games, but also the fact that you are just never told really anything. Like, you're never told when something's going to happen. You're never told really where to go, except for a couple of icons. But what annoyed me more than anything was the stupid with the girl, how you would try to try to go up to a deer and skin it, or you would try to rescue a civilian, and it end up being a cloud of mist to send you into one of these freaking just
drug infueled whatever
drug infueled thing. And it's like, and it's almost like someone just read some Ralph Emerson and wanted to just sound intelligent, and so they just rambling on a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get to talk about that game when I was playing it, but yeah, it was just very frustrating. I don't know if I'll play this, but that's just because I may be Far Cry'd out right now.
Well, also, if you didn't care for the story, this one's a continuation of it too. So, like, if you don't want more of that story, then, you know, this might kill your interest in it as well.
Well, everyone dies, or in the game at least, the game characters die at the end of the Far Cry 5 because of a nuke explosion.
Yeah, and this is supposed to.
This.
Yeah, this is supposed to be like after the nukes dropped or whatever. So I don't know.
So how great would it be if this was like stealth Fallout? Like, it's like a stealth Fallout game. Like, you know, like they're like,
oh yeah, that would be cool.
It's like, yeah, guess what, guys? Now there's bunkers and we are opening them, and there's vaults and like pit boys and all this stuff. I'd be like, wait, what?
What if they made a better open world game or better Fallout game than actual Bethesda?
Exactly. That'd be so great.
It's like they just start slowly taking the Fallout license away from Bethesda. Like, no, this is ours now. No, but Jump Force is dropping this month as well. I have no interest in that. That is an anime fighting game. I'm not an anime fan, so, you know, no interest in me with that one.
I can't wait.
Really? You're pumped for that one?
Oh, super excited. I want to be able to see Goku fight Deku, and y'all don't know who those people are. And
I have no idea what Deku is.
I do. Shut up.
Okay.
Shannon,
this one, Shannon?
You watch anime?
Oh yeah, dude! I love My Hero Academia and Dragon Ball Super. Those are like my two shows.
Shannon, can we be best friends?
Yeah, I would love to.
Dude, no, My Hero Academia is awesome. The game they came out with, not so great, but I'm excited for Jump Force.
Okay,
nice.
Cool. Metro Exodus is jumping.
Yes.
Jump Force is on the brain. Is dropping this month as well. I'm still a little iffy on that one. I think I have to wait for the reviews and see how good the game really is for me to, because I didn't really care for the other two.
I'm all in on that one.
Me too. I love those original games, and if you've read any of the books are incredible. Yeah, I'm like Zach. I'm all in. I'm ready to play that game. Let's go to Soviet Russia.
I am totally going to wait and see what the reception is on that.
Josh, did you play any of those games you said you didn't like?
I own them both.
Okay.
I didn't get far in Last Light. I definitely like that one more than 2048 or whatever it was. But the first one I did not care for at all.
I think I really respect that they go for, hey, bullets are currency. And they really go for it. Like, they don't. It's something they don't like back out of later in the game. Like, they truly mean it. Like,
yeah,
bullets are your currency. I like that.
Yeah, it's an inventive series, but I don't know. I think it was just the gameplay. We'll see how it goes. I might grab this one. Also, the big one this month as well is Anthem, which is dropping on the 22nd. You get it next weekend if you do the EA Origin crap and all that stuff. If you want to, you can look at their massive chart that they put on social media.
Yeah, there's an Excel spreadsheet for you to look at.
Yeah, so. Yeah. I think we're all on board on this one.
Did you guys play that beta?
I did.
Am I the only one? Okay.
No, I played quite a bit of it.
All right, cool. I didn't know if we were going to get to talk about that.
Yeah, we can. We can do it right now if you want.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Zach and I covered this on our little mini episode last week that we did. So you can go ahead and shoot your impressions, man. Go ahead.
I know I posted a little bit of a video, but I think it only got like 27 views. I am so worried about this game. And I think I'm so worried about this game because this game dictates whether I get a real Dragon Age game later. It unfortunately feels scarce like Destiny 1 did. It fully, I don't feel like they understand what they have here with the ability to make me feel like I'm Iron Man and the ability to fly. And I only get to fly for like 5 seconds or maybe even shorter time than that. And look, I understand you can probably get upgrades later, but in a demo that's trying to sell me the game, they should have turned that off and they should have just let me be able to fly around.
Yeah, kind of get a sense of the physics and everything.
Yeah, and the enemies just seem super bullet spongy. Like it feels that in that sense, it feels like Division. Just everyone's just going to take a gazillion bullets. You know, at least with Destiny, like you could feel like you're hitting critical shots or you're hitting headshots. And I just didn't feel that with this game. And also, I couldn't, for some reason, access the other mechs, the other suits. So I played with the basic suit for about an hour and a half, and I was like, after an hour, I'm tired of this suit. So I don't want to play. I don't want to play this suit.
Now, the last time we talked about this game, I did not switch suits. Last weekend, I did. I tried the Interceptor one, which is like the fast, agile one, and I actually had more fun playing out of that mech than I did like the standard one. That mech's a little weaker. The armor's a lot, and they'll cut through your armor a lot faster. But you fly around and do little tricks and stuff, and it's a lot nicer to fly when you're in combat. I like that one a lot. But yeah, they eventually unlocked them for everyone, and you had to go into the forge where you like customize your mech, and you had to go in there, and they like eventually just unlocked them for me, and I got to pick them. But I played some more of it last week, so I've played. This is the third beta version that I've played through. I played the alpha and then both of these betas, and the performance to me is a big concern. Even on an Xbox One X, this game runs like hot dookie. And it definitely was a problem when I had 4 players with me and we were battling a big boss and there's a lot of explosion effects and everything going on. That frame rate would tank on that game, on that version. And apparently everyone's complaining about it. Even PC, they're complaining about it. So I really hope they work that out. There's a rumor that they did in the final version, but for some reason we have an outdated build in the demo. And I don't know why they would demo off a shittier build of this game because that's turned up.
Because they're gonna not demo the final version because this is server load. That's what the beta was for the server load.
Yeah, but
so
they're marketing this thing as a demo, not a beta, though.
I know, but let's call it what it was. And
yeah, but let's say that you're Joe Schmo gamer and you're curious about Anthem, and you go in there and this game just plays like shit. Like you're probably not gonna buy it.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. If anything, that helps them because less people are playing day one, but now all the buzz is, oh, all this stuff is awesome and it's totally fixed and it's everything great. I mean, no one's going, if that's true, no one's talking day one about how bad it is or how bad it's running. Their talk is now, oh, this actually is fixed and it's good. And now they can slowly ramp up their server load. Okay. I mean, it's one of those things like, sure, I get what you're saying, but from a practicality, like execution standpoint, what they're doing, if that is true, it does make sense. You know what I mean? It's like, because the game will sell itself regardless if it's running right.
And they're targeting, I think, 5 million copies by March of next year. I think
March of this year, end of fiscal year this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was next year. Okay, that's a tough sell, man. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it's
all it has to do is be good out the gate.
Yeah.
And
it'll sell 2 or 3 million by itself. And I was worried about it being a Destiny 1 issue. The game looked gorgeous, so that's a positive. But probably, I'm all for studios and developers changing the way they do things. I mean, look at the guys who made Horizon. They made a shooter that not a lot of people liked. And then they made Horizon Zero Dawn, one of the best games of this generation, if not arguably the best game of this generation, or at least new IP of this generation, because God of War exists. And
Bloodborne.
Yes, and Bloodborne. But I was really disappointed that the game doesn't seem to have any story of interest. And look, I know that's not what the demo is for. I understand that. But at the same time, like there seemed no trace of a world that was interesting in this game.
I don't know, man. If all this is Destiny meets Monster Hunter, like I'm good. Like that's
Yeah,
all I need.
I played enough
like,
of this thing to know that I think it's enjoyable, and I definitely want to play the full version. I mean, like I like it enough to want to buy it. I just don't know how long I'm going to be into it. I hope I'm into it as much as I was Destiny. I played Destiny a lot. I played the game for months, both of them. So hopefully, if I can get a few good months of play out of this game, I'm sold. I'm happy with it. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. Shannon, did you play it at all?
No, I did not. But I'm still excited. I want to play it. I want to give it a try. So I'll just pick it up when it comes out.
Okay, cool. Dirt Rally 2.0 comes out as well for you rally racing fans out there. That drops at the end of the month. And then there's a Lego Movie 2 game. Maybe Zach will be interested in that one for his kid.
Oh, yeah, that'll be part of my life. Don't worry about it.
All right, yeah, I figured it would. So that's coming out on basically everything. So that's the games that are coming out this month. So you can expect to hear a lot about Crackdown, maybe a little bit of Far Cry, definitely some Jump Force, some Metro, and some Anthem from us for sure.
You missed a game that came out this month.
What's that?
It came out just a couple days ago.
Was this something stupid?
No, I'm talking Apex Legends.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we just found out about that. So yeah, good segue. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So Respawn.
It's always good when you call them out too.
Yeah. So Respawn Entertainment kind of stealth dropped a game on us Monday called Apex Legends. Now we kind of got tipped over about this on the weekend that this was coming, and it caught me by surprise. And this is a free-to-play battle royale game set in the Titanfall universe. It's not Titanfall. There's no mechs. There's none of that stuff here. It's just set in the same universe. So no Titans. There's no wall running. There's not a lot of that parkour stuff in here. But it's a battle royale game. They're going to start integrating season passes next month and seasons and all that stuff. It's on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. They also confirmed that Titanfall 3 isn't in the works right now, but they did pop up today and say that there is another Titanfall game in production right now, but it's not Titanfall 3. It's another spin-off game. So we don't know what that is yet, but we'll probably find out maybe around E3 time or something. So first things first, I want to ask you guys, is this game going to be successful?
It already is.
But can it stay that way? Radical Heights got a lot of players at first, and look what happened with that.
Yeah, this has dwarfed that already.
I know, but I'm just saying, like the interest in these battle royale games don't seem to last too long for most. No,
and that's a very valid point. That's an extremely valid point. My first thought when I saw this, I want to say it was Saturday morning when it first came across Twitter, was this is the smartest thing Electronic Arts has done in a decade. This is the best idea they've had. They've got the right team to do it. They've got all the resources in the world to throw behind it. And it makes so much sense. It's insane that it's EA. Like okay. It's one of those, like, this is so brilliant. How could EA possibly have been the one to do this? And
apparently they didn't come up with it. Apparently Respawn did, and they pitched it to EA.
But that's the thing is, guess what? Lampell is really smart, guys. Those Respawn guys, the Call of Duty people, they're really good at what they do. And yeah, EA was smart enough to buy them. Like that's
and I would say that Respawn's probably one of my favorite working developers right now too.
I mean, I don't know if that team has made a game I don't enjoy. Like period. I
cannot wait for their Jedi game.
Yeah, going all the way back.
This year, yeah.
Yeah, this year.
They confirmed today that it's going to come out fall of this year.
Yeah, Respawn has 2 teams finishing games due out this year. One is the Jedi game. Was it Lost Order? Is that what it's called?
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order, yeah. And whatever the Titanfall game is.
Yeah. So apparently they've almost reached 3 million users on this thing yet. They had 600,000 concurrent users on this game. It is #1 on Twitch. They had over 250,000 people watching this game on Twitch today, and the game's only been out for 24 hours. So they definitely have garnered a lot of attention. They have a partnering system now where they've been paying streamers to play this thing. I mean, there's a lot of momentum behind it, and it seems to be successful right now. I'm just wondering if the momentum can hold on.
I think it can because Josh, you played it, right? Robbie,
I've played quite a bit of it.
I haven't had time to play it yet. I have it downloaded. I was supposed to play some tonight, but then Syracuse didn't do what they were supposed to do, and so I didn't get to play.
Blame them, huh?
The Cuse did not get loose tonight. But
did you have to say that?
I did actually. But playing it is what makes me think, yeah, this game, it has legs. This thing can hold because it's good. It's a good shooter.
It's very good. It's
like,
very good.
It's Titan. It has that Titanfall thing where you love playing it. Like I'm not a battle royale guy. I've fallen off all of them like that I've tried, and even the matches I was in where I picked up a gun or was looking for a gun and got waxed by some dude in 30 seconds. My initial thing was like, well, okay, get the next round going. Like, not like, well, F this is stupid. Like, like I did in almost every other game, but it was just one of those like, okay, I can figure this out better. Like let's go. And there's just something about like that aesthetic, the world they've built out, the way the shooting, running, all that feels in the game. It's really good. And
it's hilarious to watch everyone sliding around all over the damn place and shooting each other. It's like everyone's sliding on snot through the whole thing.
Which is pretty rad.
But so you go ahead. I'm sorry. Keep
and I was just going to make the point that, and I think it's going to have legs because they're holding things back. It's like, yeah, there isn't wall running yet. Like, that's totally something they could just add.
I heard they didn't put wall running in because they didn't want to put the skill ceiling too high for a lot of new players. And I could understand that. But to me, not having that in the wall jumping and everything kind of kills a little bit of the momentum and the movement that I love so much from Titanfall.
Sure,
I really hope they put that back in there.
And that's the thing. 6 months from now, when the skill ceiling is elevated, you could totally reintroduce that. You know, it wouldn't shock me to see them drop like a perk system that has Titans involved somehow. You know, it wouldn't shock me at all to see that sort of thing involved. Like that, I think that was the thing that got me excited playing this game is there's so many ways they can go from this base right now to keep going. Like Fortnite, you know, they keep bolting things on and improving things and adding things and changing things to keep it fresh. And I think the base level of Apex Legends that they've introduced allows for that. There's so many different directions they can go to keep it a unique, fresh feeling product. So it's so smart. The whole thing is just so brilliant. It's one of those like, yes, why wasn't this out a year ago? Like, why isn't this something that like hasn't existed this whole time? It's just
Let's just go full blown weekly consultation here, and let's just get into this game here because I've been playing it a lot now. All of you listening are probably wondering, well, how is this game different from any other battle royale game out there? Well, for one, it's a hero game. So it's like Overwatch. There are heroes, and each one has their own different abilities and their own personalities and all that stuff. And you get like an ultimate that you can unleash and stuff like that. So they all have their own skills. I like the medic, Lifeline or something like that, I think her name is. I really like her.
Lifeline? I think you're right. Yeah.
And the girl that can create portals is really fucking cool too. She can
I haven't used her yet.
Yeah, so like let's say your squad's getting shot up by another squad, you could put a portal near your squad and you can take off running for it and then go to cover somewhere else and then put another portal in, and then they can all just go right through it and just avoid everyone. It's really, really cool. Like, so they have all these different skills and everything that's unique to every class. Now, you don't have all of them available to you. Some of them you have to pay for, but they give you like the best ones, I think, for free. So that's one big difference. Another difference is that when you're dropping on the map, you can now drop as a single unit instead of everyone just flying around randomly. And there's like a commander, like a random person on your team is selected as like the drop leader. So you tell everyone where to drop, and you can pick on the map where you're going to go, and you can all drop together so you all land together. Now, you can go off and break off from that group if you want. If you don't like that, you can go off on your own. But I think it's cool how you can kind of just keep everyone together when you land and not everyone's just going astray and flying off in different directions. So that's one thing they do that's different. They also have a really cool respawn system. So if your teammate dies, instead of them being out of the game forever, you can collect a banner off of their body, and they have random respawn machines that are just kind of randomly drop around the map. And if you can make it to one of those, you can drop their banner into that thing and revive your teammate and they come back to life. So that's really cool too. And those are kind of like the big major differences that I've noticed. There are some of the things I really like is the ping system, which is really, really innovative. if you're playing against, if you're playing with random people and there's not a lot of communication going on with the mics, there's like a little ping system where you can pull up a little radial menu and you can like put points on the map, like, hey, there's a guy over here shooting at you. You can mark them so everyone in your team knows that that's someone's over there and you're shooting at them. You can, if you want the team to kind of go off in some different direction, like, hey, I think we should go here, you can put a marker down and put a ping, and it'll tell everyone on your team, hey, I want to go this way, and you can kind of get everyone to go that way. If you see some item that dropped that you think would be useful to your team, you can ping that thing as well and tell them that that item's there so they can come to you. So you can communicate with tools other than microphones in this game, which is really, really smart. I like how they put that in there as well.
And Robbie will be happy because, as we all know, Robbie's Mr. Reinhardt in Overwatch, and there's totally Reinhardt in this game. Like,
yeah, he has a shield and everything.
Yeah,
yep.
Gibraltar is his name, and
yeah,
he's got like a
He
gun
even
shield.
has an awesome name.
Yeah. He's got a gun shield. He's got like a protective dome. He plays exactly like Reinhardt. Like, it's just one of those things. That was the one part where I was like, ooh, that's a little too on the nose. Like, that's okay. Someone played them a lot of Overwatch when they designed this guy.
Well,
I don't know.
if you the not the guy with the last name that starts with Z,
Zampella, Vince,
not him, but someone else. One of their head directors was on with Giant Bomb, and they did an interview and they talked about the game. And I listened to that today, and he mentioned Overwatch like several times throughout a 15-minute interview. So it's obvious where they got, some inspiration from.
Yeah. And this game has loot boxes just like Overwatch. So every time you level up, you get a loot box. But the thing that's different here is that they have the store, like the daily store, like Fortnite does. So you can go in and you can buy currency and pick and choose what you want to buy. But they only have select things every day like Fortnite does. And they have the loot box system. So some of that stuff that you might have to buy in the store, you could get lucky and get it in a loot box if you level up. Now, the stuff is still super crazy expensive. I think it's like $18 for a character skin or something like that. Like, it's still really expensive, but the game's free to play. So, I mean, you can't complain too much, I guess.
Okay, so that's not that bad whenever I think about it, because in Fortnite, one of their brand new skins cost, a certain level of V-Bucks, but those V-Bucks cost about $20 of real cash.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, and they have like weapon skins that are like $15 and stuff like that. So, I mean, the prices aren't good. But again, the game's free. You don't have to buy them if you don't want to. There are loot boxes. There's nothing in this game that I have played that made me think that I have to buy them. But they do have battle passes coming next month for this, and they're doing seasons and everything. So we'll see how that goes. There's a team composition going on now, just like in Overwatch. So when you're picking, because every time you join a game, you're paired up with two other people. There's three people per team, unlike other battle royale games where there's 4. So it's 20 teams of 3, so 60 players total. Not 100, just 60. And there's no single mode or anything like that. You can only do squads right now of 3 players. And when you join the match, you pick your character, like a fighting game. Like, everyone selects a character, and you can only have one type of character per team. So not everyone could be the same character. And so this is the same like Overwatch. It's like team composition. Like, some characters might go gel well better with others. And if you can get that perfect kind of team composition going on, you have an advantage on the battlefield in this game. So there's more of a layer of strategy added to it with that as well, which is nice. Some of the things I don't like about the game, to me, all the guns look the same. It's hard to differentiate what's laying around on the ground to pick up and which ones are which. So, like,
that's a good point.
In Overwatch, like you when you spot it, you know exactly what it is and if you want it or not. This, I'm like constantly picking shit up and looking at it and shooting it to see if I like it and stuff like that. So that's a problem. I think they need to kind of.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I didn't actually put any thought into that. I figured that was me just getting to know the game.
Yeah,
like I don't know what any of this is yet, so I'm just gonna grab everything and shoot it.
But it all kind of looks the same to me.
You're right. You're right though. You're not. That's the thing is, like, now that you put it that way, I'm like, yeah, you're absolutely totally right. That is a thing. I just didn't think about it because I just didn't know anything.
It's not a big deal. Like all the guns shoot well. It's just I feel like I don't know what I'm picking up half the time.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
That's kind of my problem. Now I know that like you can equip armor pieces in this game, sort of like PUBG. And one of the things now I've told people I had people tell me I was wrong on this, and I probably am, but this might have been a bug I ran into or something. But like if I have like a level 1 piece of armor on and I find a level 2 and I try to pick it up, it doesn't automatically equip that level 2 one for me. I had to unequip the level 1 and equip the level 2, then pick it up and stick it on me. Now everyone tells me that it does automatically do that, but when I was playing on Xbox One, that did not happen. So
yeah,
maybe I didn't
notice that, to be honest, but I'll pay attention.
Maybe I hit a bug. So I might be wrong on that one, but I do know that happened to me. The wall running, again, I wish they had in there. Hopefully they stick it in there. It does need more modes, but again, this is right out of the gate. I know they're cooking up more stuff. They've already said that. I would like to see like bigger team matches. I love when Fortnite does the 50 versus 50s and the 20 versus 20 versus 20 and all that stuff. I'd like to see more stuff like that. But overall, I think the game's an absolute blast. I played about 10 matches of it last night on Xbox. I played 1 match on PC. I had some nasty rubber banding issues on the PC version that I did not have at all on Xbox. It was buttery smooth and great on Xbox. 60 frames per second. The map seems to be varied enough and fun to be in. I think this game's a lot of fun, and I really hope Respawn finds some success with it, it seems like they already have. Because it's to me, I don't quite like it as much as Fortnite. Fortnite just has a lot more personality and a lot more content in there, but they also have 18 months on them, so I can't really fault them for that. But I think this is better than Blackout, and I think it's better than PUBG. You know, I think it's better than all those other battle royale games I've played. This is a great companion piece to Fortnite. I think they both play completely different. You know, so it's not like there's that similar to where you have to only pick one. I think they complement each other very well. And they're both free to play, and I think this game's a lot of fun. I think people really need to check it out.
The internet tells me I can't like more than one thing at a time.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm very curious about this new. I don't want to say model because it's not new. I'm very curious about this new thing that's starting to happen with free to play shooters. You know, like I want to know if this is going to be a trend or if this is going to start being a new genre. You know, like how MOBAs were for a while there. Like I wonder
because battle royale or like free to play shooters.
Yes,
both.
Yeah, just both. Like just this free to play game that's going to come out. It can be a shooter and it could have battle royale, but it also could have something else to it as well. You know, I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens. Like, I think part of the reason why PUBG's still really popular, but the reason why I think it got surpassed by Fortnite was Fortnite's free to play model was so user friendly and it was so easy for kids to get hooked on.
Well, and the smartest thing they ever did was make it mobile. I mean, when they dropped it to mobile, it changed the world for Fortnite.
The game is a lot sillier. It's more colorful. Like it's more attractive to a broader audience, I think, as well. And I think that helps it too.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, Blackout mode still seems to be doing pretty well on Call of Duty, but I've seen even that's waned a bit. So I don't know.
Well, I think what's really interesting to Robbie's point is you're starting to see the fruit has started to come now from the seeds that were planted by PUBG and Fortnite and all of these big companies that were going, oh, that's making a lot of money. We can do that. We have the resources to knock that out. And you're seeing it with Blackout. And then, and here's Apex Legends with EA's hat in the ring. And Halo's coming. Like
Battlefield's coming too. They're supposed to be dropping one still.
Battlefield, Gears. I mean, all that. You watch. If Apex Legends stays white hot, I don't think you'll see Battlefield.
Think they'll cancel it?
They might just hold off for a real long time. Because why kill the momentum?
But one's free to play and one's not.
Sure, and why even have the story out there?
But people already own Battlefield. You know, and they're
Sure.
and they're going to get this mode, quote unquote, for free when it releases on the Battlefield front. I'm not
Sure, but
I'm
it's
not
also one of
disagreeing
those things where I'll just put it this way: it wouldn't surprise me. It
Yeah.
just wouldn't, you know. But yeah, like all of these companies are coming. They're coming for that golden egg that PUBG laid, you know, and it's interesting now that you're starting to see them. And these are all been good. Like Blackout's good, Apex Legends is good, and like Halo better hit, or it's going to get left in the dust. Gears better hit. You know,
I gotta say, a Halo battle royale sounds really cool to me.
Yeah, well, you know me, I'm all in on that. I'm
yeah.
Anything Halo, I'm on board with. But it's going to be very interesting to see how this next year plays out.
I really want to see the Gears version of this.
Yeah,
like that's the one that I'm all in on.
Well, especially since, you know, Horde mode in 4 was 60% of the way there. Like it was almost there already. So it's interesting when you look back on it. You know, I mean, sure, it's a little revisionist history, but they were so close. They really were so close to that model already. And so can't imagine they'd have to change much.
Man, I put so many hours into Horde mode.
Yeah, same here.
Jeez.
Shannon, what about you, man? Do you have any interest in this game at all? You're not much of a multiplayer game, though, right?
No, like I was watching the video, and I'll tell you, I was excited to see, you know, what the characters could do and their skill sets. I mean, I was super pumped for this game, but at the same time, I was kind of saddened because I know I would never be good at this game, and that would frustrate me. And I think, you know, I'm just getting to that point where like multiplayer is not my cup of tea anymore. Like I think I'm enjoying like more of like the single player campaigns right now.
Yeah.
I enjoy playing those games as long as I feel I can carry my weight. And if I just get murdered really fast, then like I don't really enjoy those types of games. So, I mean, I'm glad that it's out. It looks very well polished. It looks like it kind of struck me with like a bit of a Borderlands vibe. You know, so like I was that was appealing to me, and like you were talking about that lady that had the portals, and the dude with the zip line, and like all that stuff. It looked fun. It looked high energy. It looked like my cup of tea. It's just I don't have the time to put into that game to get good.
Yeah, I understand.
Get good, son.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on then. Resident Evil 2. We have not got to talk about this yet. Who's Shannon? So you've actually you've toughed it up and been playing it, huh?
Yeah, I got put on my big boy pants and I started playing it, and I've only been scared like 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
And all I gotta say is Claire, like, she better learn how to use a hammer, dude, because there were plenty of times where I've like nailed up some windows and some doors, and like, you know, I think I'm fine and I'm cool, and I run down the hallway and like, damn, like, zombie jumps right through that window that I just boarded up. I'm like, why did I even bother boarding that thing up? Like, it didn't even stop him, didn't slow him down, didn't do anything. It just scares the hell out of me is all it does. And like, yeah, it just, then I shoot like 5 or 6 bullets at the knees instead of at the head. You know, I'm just like, I'm a wreck when I play that game sometimes.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I mean, like, so far I'm enjoying it a lot. You know, all I've done is Claire's campaign, and I'm probably only maybe like 3 hours in. I got my dad playing it too, and he enjoys it, but he thinks the controls are a little janky, you know, because he hasn't really played any like Resident Evil game or anything like this. So he's a little frustrated with the controls, but all in all, he's liking it too. So yeah,
cool. So I beat it with Claire. I started at the second campaign with Leon. It took me about, I would say, a little over 6 hours to beat it with Claire. And automatically, like right when I started up the second run with Leon, I noticed that like even the introduction of the game was completely different. There's a lot of different stuff there, and I can already tell that, you know, it's going to be just as much fun to play through the second time with Leon as it was with Claire. But that being said, I ran through Claire's campaign in a weekend. I was that hooked on it. Guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm a big Resident Evil fan, and the last generation has been very tough being a Resident Evil fan just because that series has just not been to the standard that it once was. This game got it back there. This is the exact Resident Evil game I've been wanting Capcom to make since 4 came out. Like, this is the one. This game is so good. I love this game. There is nothing about it I don't like. I have no complaints about it. I can't think of anything negative to say about this game at all. I loved it from start to finish. I had an absolute blast. It's the Resident Evil game I've always wanted. It's back to the basics, but they took the modern Resident Evil style of gameplay and they brought it to a modern, graphics engine and modern physics and everything like that. And to me, it's the best story in the Resident Evil franchise, and they beefed that up and made it better. And I love this game to death. It's so good. This is my game of the year right now. I mean, it's only February, but I think just looking at what's coming out this year, this game for me is going to be very hard to top, just because as a big Resident Evil fan, they have answered all of my prayers, and they have big shoes to fill to take over this game for me as my game of the year this year. I'm just going to say that.
I picked it up. I got it as a gift on my birthday on Sunday. So
cool.
I'm excited to get into that this weekend, actually.
Robbie, you've been playing it, right?
Currently playing it.
Like literally right now?
Like literally right now.
Jesus Christ. Pause that shit and tell us how you feel about it.
Well, I'm playing it while we're recording, so I must like it a little bit. I won't spoil anything, but I have switched characters in the middle of the game.
Okay.
I'll just say that to not spoil anything.
Yeah.
I started with Leon.
Same thing happened in the original, dude. So I don't think you're spoiling much.
Well, I just if anybody's like me who's never played it, like I had no idea that was going to happen.
Okay.
So
the same thing happens in Claire's campaign, but with a different character in a different scenario.
Oh, okay, neat.
Yeah.
I've never played 2 before. I've played every other Resident Evil game. I have enjoyed. I even enjoy Code Veronica. Like I enjoy all the Resident Evil games, but this one is just different. For me now, it doesn't top 4 for me. 4 is just no offense to at all. Like I'm loving it, but 4 is just like another level to me in a lot of ways. But anyway, about this game. I want to give its biggest praise out the gate. The way they do the map in this game is so freaking brilliant. If more games did this, like, can you imagine if Witcher did this?
Are you talking about the item?
No,
on the map?
No, I'm talking about, hey, once you've cleared this area, it changes to blue.
Oh, okay.
Like that it's red until you've gotten everything that you can get out of that room, and then it goes blue or whatever color it is. Is it blue? Yeah, it's blue.
Yeah, it's blue. It's red if it's not. Yeah.
I think that is so. Did they do that originally back in the day?
No.
See, I just think I think that is the best thing they could have done.
Well, not only that, they also, if you've been in that room, they mark what items are in there if you didn't pick them up.
Yes.
And there was one puzzle that I solved that I needed an item for, and I just walked right past it. And I pulled up my map, and I was looking to see if there's any rooms I haven't been into yet. And there was just on my map, like, hey, there's that item right there. I'm like, oh, crap, I walked right past it. And it told me that it was in there still. So it'll actually mark the items that you walked past and left behind in case you want to go back and get them. And I thought that was awesome, too.
Yeah, the puzzles in the game haven't been hard. Like I've pretty much handled them all pretty well.
But if you played a Resident Evil game before, you know exactly what to do with most of these puzzles.
Yeah, but also, and I don't know if this was in Resident Evil 2 as well, but the little checkmark system. Like whenever you've finished using an item, you don't have to keep it. Like they just let you know, hey, you're done with this. You can discard it.
In the old Resident Evil games, it didn't give you a check mark. What it did is it would pop up with a message saying this item is no longer needed. Do you want to discard it? You just hit yes or no.
I agree with you, Josh. The game is gorgeous. The game plays well. There is a difficulty to the game, but that's only with the shooting, because like I love third-person shooters. Like they're actually my favorite genre of shooter, and I feel like I'm pretty good at shooting. But for some reason, when those zombies start swaying their heads back and forth like those tube men in front of the car lots, like I freaking lose. I've wasted so many bullets, probably 100 bullets in this game. I there are a few games throughout the PS4 era that I vow that I would not trade in. Horizon, God of War, Spider-Man, Metal Gear Solid, Phantom Pain. Those are all games that I would not trade in, and you can go ahead and put this one on there. Like this game, I will not trade in. I love this game. It is my game of the year as well, but only because of the limited amount of games that we've had come out.
Yeah.
I could easily see this game getting taken over by a game that just has a bombastic story. Well, who am I kidding? Jedi Fallen Order is already my game of the year. Like, listen, we can go ahead and already say that.
Okay.
But what I was probably most impressed with is that it's not as cheesy of dialogue as I was expecting it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like the dialogue is well done. The voice acting is well done. The photo capture on
the motion capture is like
motion
really,
capture,
really good.
Holy crap, it's good.
The gore is the most detailed gore I've ever seen in a video game.
Dude, that dude's guts getting ripped. Oh man, it was awesome.
Oh yeah, like you can see every little wrinkle and every intestine and everything.
I think
disgusting.
I think it was a month ago. We were talking about this, and I said, "Do you think they'll make a 3?" And I after this, I want them to remake 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's almost like a sin. It's an abortion of justice if they do not make 3.
Yeah, they're already talking about it, so it'll probably happen.
Like it's really good.
I hope this is what they do with Resident Evil 8. Like, I want a game like this. I want this style of game for Resident Evil 8. I don't need to go back to the first person. I love Resident Evil 7. Don't get me wrong. That game was fantastic, but this is what I want them to do going forward.
Well, I mean, the way 7 ends, we should get that.
Yeah, I would hope so. And they have the 3 stories coming out, like the 3 DLC stories for free, which look really cool, where you play as different characters. I will definitely play through this game 4 times. You know, just like I did the original Resident Evil 2. I did the Claire and then the Leon second story, and I will do the Leon and the Claire second story. I'll play every ounce of content they give me with this game. This game will last me quite a while. I just love playing it. When Mr. X shows up, the way they introduced him is so cool in this game. Oh my god! Like,
it scares the freaking crap out of me, man.
In the original,
every time.
Yeah, in the original game, he didn't pop up until the second scenario. In this game, he's in all of them. And when he shows up, it's like a pants pooping moment. And this guy in the original game, like, he would pop up in certain areas, and then once you evade him and like run away out of the area or whatever, like, you just don't see him again, and then he'll just pop up again some other time.
This dude followed me. Dude followed me for like 13, 14 straight minutes, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's a chunk of the game that's about maybe 45 minutes long where he just relentlessly chases you down, or unrelentlessly just runs after you.
He can go jump off a cliff, man. He can go walk on some Legos. Like, this dude, he sucks so bad.
He didn't bother me at all. Like, I actually thought it was fun. Like, just running around, because
you've played the game and you knew that he was eventually coming. I had no. Whenever you mentioned Mr. X, like, and when we were talking, I was ignoring it because I had no idea what you were talking about.
Yeah.
But whenever he first shows up in the game,
what was your first reaction to him? Was you thought he was just like a friendly or something?
No. When he first shows up, I mean, he busts through a wall. Or he crushes a dude's skull. I was like, staying away from that guy.
Yeah.
And then when I shot him I did shoot him a couple times in the head, and nothing happens. And the only thing that was able to save me when he got his hand on me is I had a grenade that I was able to drop on the ground that apparently didn't do anything but distract him for a second or two. And I was able to complete the puzzle and move on. But the time where I got most frustrated with his mechanic was after what felt like forever, I have finally figured out the circuit board to get out of the prison.
Yeah.
And I have started the circuit board. I've gotten electricity back, and I'm about to get out of the prison. And then there's a jailbreak, and then jailbreak with all those zombies, and then he's coming down the adjacent hallway. And so I'm like, where the hell do I go? Like, and I said that out loud. I was like, where the hell do I go? And my wife just says, kill the zombies. And I was like, I don't have enough bullets. She's like, well, that's poor planning. And she just walks upstairs. And I'm like, what the crap?
jeez. So in Claire's
extremely poor planning, Robbie. Extremely poor.
So did you start with Leon?
Yes.
Okay, so and with Claire's
Leon's
game,
my favorite character in this series. So
yeah, so you got to see his like beginnings, and that's cool. Claire, that's how I played the original game. I did Claire first, and then Leon, so that's how I did this one too. With Claire, when you first run into Mr. X, is when that plane crashes, that helicopter crashes into the wall, and you can't get past it because it's on fire, and you eventually solve a puzzle where you let the flames out or whatever. And you've been to this area several times. Well, you put the fire out, and you go to get around the helicopter, and all of a sudden this thing just lifts up, and there he is. He's the one lifting up the helicopter, and he just drops it and just stands there and stares at you, and it's just like it kicks into holy shit mode. And then he just starts coming after you, just waltzing after you. And yeah, I mean, it's about 35-45 minutes where that dude just constantly chases you, and if you outrun him, all you do is you just constantly hear him stomping through the hallways, and he's always coming after you. Now there are some rooms that you can go into and he will not follow you, and then there's one puzzle that you have to solve in a clock tower where he doesn't go in there and he lets you solve the puzzle, and doesn't bother you. So it's not, he lets off the pressure at sometimes. But at this point in the game, you've been through that police station already to the point where you already know like the layout. So outrunning him's not difficult at all. Like you can get past it, and then you can juke him really easy. Yeah, you just kind of bait him around an area and then run past him. So to me, he wasn't difficult at all. I actually really liked his inclusion in the game, and it added a lot of tension to it and a lot of fun. And when you finally like see the demise of him, like it was just like a yeah moment. It was really cool. And I don't know, I love Mr. X in this game. I thought he was a really cool addition. So, but yeah, love the game to death. If you have not played it yet, you owe it to yourself. It's super, super good. So, Zach, when are you going to start it up?
That hopefully in about a couple days here. I should have some time to do that. So
you wanna give us a breather and talk about Celeste?
Sure. Celeste is a game I hate a lot, but I love it. But I hate it so much. So it's a game. It's essentially a like kind of pixel art style platformer where you're a girl and you're climbing a mountain and you don't really know why. You just have to climb this mountain. And as the story plays out, it kind of things start to progress and things make a little more sense. But it's kind of like Mega Man-ish in where like there's you enter a screen that you need to progress through to get to the next screen that you need to progress through to get to the next screen. And each screen has their own challenges, and you have the ability to jump and dash and hold on to walls. And I think there's something else I'm forgetting, but those are the main excuse me, those are the main aspects of the controls. And what makes it an amazing game is the controls are super tight. Like they are
spot on.
So spot on.
Like Super Meat Boy levels of solid.
Yeah. It doesn't move as fast as a Super Meat Boy, but also the game changes along the way. Well, it doesn't change, but like things get more complicated along the way. So you're no longer able to just stare at it and figure it out for a while. Cause like initially in the first three, really up and through the hotel, which I think is the third level, you can kind of look at the room for a second or two and figure out, okay, I need to start here. I need to jump to this one and go there. And then I can get blah, blah, blah. And as soon as you get out of the hotel, they introduce wind and you hate life so bad. As soon as that happens, it's the most infuriating thing because now I can't look at it. Like I had not realized I had gotten used to just standing there for about a minute and figuring it out and then moving. And now I can't because the wind will push your ass right off that ledge and you will die. And so, yeah, now he's just kind of like, well, I'll figure it out as I go. And you jump. And what that does, it actually serves a purpose because getting through that fourth level makes the fifth level possible because it's essentially training you to how to get through the mirror world or whatever it was, because that place starts introducing enemies that'll hunt you while you're jumping around, which gets really annoying. Like
it did. That segment was kind of annoying. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, so the fifth world, the Mirror world, is where I stopped playing the game because I got through it and just couldn't take it anymore. I was just like,
Wow.
I got to set this down. I got to just walk away. Like, it wasn't even like a feeling of accomplishment. Like, holy crap, I did it. It was just like, I don't know how I didn't break things. I need to go take a walk. Like, oh my God. It was like, but that's also why it's such a great game, is it elicits that response. Like, I had an emotional response to playing the game, not the story, not the aspects, the actual like playing, getting from point A to point B, the stress and just, you know, the highs and lows of getting through it. And when you actually finally make the jump and make the grab and stick it, and it's like the best feeling in the world, only to have the next screen load up and you're like, oh crap, I gotta do this all over again. You know, it just, it's one of those games, and it's like a classic, you know, video game ism, but like it's a good game because when you die, it's your fault. Like, you never feel like the game was cheap. You never feel like you got cheated. It's like, oh, I didn't see that, or I mistimed the jump, or I did something. But I find the story actually really interesting. I mean, I know I just threw it away, but yeah, it's like, as it's opening up, it's like, oh, this is actually like crazy deep, and really goes some places that I did not expect at the beginning.
Probably kind of similar to Gris in a way.
A little bit. Gris was more high concept than this. You know, this is much more of a personalized story. Yeah. But no, I like the characters. You know, I like her. I like the hiker dude you come across. The crazy old lady. She's funny. I like her.
Yeah. The guy in the hotel was like that. Didn't even know the place was closed and like abandoned. He's like a ghost or something like that. Was kind of neat too.
The ghost hotel manager. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, man, his boss run at the end is
where he freaks out and chases you. Yeah, that was kind of tough. Yeah. The game does frustrate at times. I'll give you that, but I still love the hell out of it. I thought it was super, super good.
Oh, it's one of those games that I think it was Games with Gold last month or something. But it's if you downloaded it for free, play it. It's really good. Like, it's rock solid, and it's a game I will finish because I have to. I just need to. But I gave myself a break from it. I do not understand how people play this on the Switch. Now I know you have the Hori controller.
I use the little D-pad Hori Joy-Con thing. Yep.
Because I'm playing this on the Xbox with the Elite controller, and I don't understand how, like, because man, Mega Man 11 was frustrating because of that directional pad, and Mega Man 11's a hell of a lot more forgiving than Celeste is. Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, I don't get how people could play this on the Switch just standard, unless it's built in. Maybe if someone wants to let me know if the Switch version is a little more forgiving just by nature, or something.
I don't think so. I don't think
man, yeah. I don't know. But I loved it. I think it's really, really good. It probably would have been on my Game of the Year list had I played it before the year ended. But yeah, it's great. Really good.
Gotcha. Okay. So I played Kingdom Hearts 3. I know I said I wouldn't, but I did. I didn't buy it.
Hey, I'm sorry. Raise your hand if you called that.
But that was, you called me buying it. I did not buy it. Okay, so no. I Redboxed it. Like, you can apparently now at Redbox you can do like 3 nights of a game for like $7. So I just did that, and I played about maybe 3.5 hours of the game, and I had enough of it. I couldn't do no more, man. I have the same complaints I had with the first game. I just, the combat's not that fun. It's repetitive. It's like combat scene of repetitive fighting, and then there's a stupid cutscene with a bunch of crap that I don't understand what's going on, and then a bunch of bad dialogue that's really hokey and corny, and then I go to another battle, and then I move a little bit, and then I hit another battle, and then I have another cutscene with a bunch of shit about the darkness and Keyblade Wars and people like being all emotional and talking about their feelings, and I don't know, man. Like, I don't like these games. I keep trying. Like, this seems like something that I should dig. I like Disney stuff. I like Square RPGs. I just don't. This game's it's just more of the same to me. I can't do it. But I will give it a few things. So for one, the game does start out much better than the others did. They take you right into the. I mean, they're still like a little bit. They try to
better than 2.
Yeah, they take you right into like the Hercules, like Olympus area. So and the graphics are great, the animation's great. I mean, some of the stuff with the Pixar characters, like it looks like a Pixar movie. Like it's super impressive. The combat's really smooth. The frame rate on the Xbox One X version was good. There's a little dips here and there, but for the combat felt pretty fluid for the most part. I just didn't find it very fun. But I'm trying. I'm really.
Did you get good with the skills of like combat? Like, did you actually like jump off of the walls? Did you spin around?
Yeah, you can spin around the pillars and all that stuff. Yeah. And here's the thing about the combat: it's super easy. Like I'm playing on the normal difficulty, and there's these button prompts that pop up where you hit the Y button, which would be triangle on PS4, and you get like these special moves. You build up meters, you get special moves, and you can unleash them by pressing the Y button. And every once in a while, you would build up like a super one, and you'd hit like a Disney ride, and you'd be swinging around on like a Pirates of the Caribbean ship. Or you'd be doing like bumper cars and like teacups and stuff like that. And when every time you hit one of those, you just clear everyone on the map and it's done. Like I feel like I'm just mashing a button until I get a super or a special move, and then I hit Y, and then everything just starts going crazy on the screen, and then all the combat's done. And then I move on, and then I got some weird dialogue and a stupid story beat again, and then I just do it all over again. The combat it was challenging.
I love how you keep calling it stupid. Like you must not like anime at all.
I don't.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what? At least you can admit that. Like you can at least admit to why you don't like it. Like,
but let me ask you this, because apparently you've played these games.
200 hours in the first 2 games.
Yeah, and I know Shannon has. You guys cannot tell me that this story makes sense.
The story,
if the first two games only existed, yes, it does make sense. Mm-hmm. But because there's like 7 different offshoots of 722/14 and Dream Drop Distance suck a whatever, like I don't know,
2.0, and yeah.
If there wasn't all these other offshoot stories, then yeah, the game, because Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2 makes complete sense. There is no problem there.
Yeah,
it is anime stuff, but it makes perfect sense. But then there's all these other games,
and the game does try to explain things to you in the beginning. Like some things, they gave me enough to like kind of be able to follow what was going on. But here's my problem with this series: why do you need all that shit? All they need to do is stick with I'm going to Disney areas to do things with Disney characters, and the whole story is about friendship and sticking together and all that stuff.
Like,
and that's all they had to do. We don't need Keyblade Wars and the darkness and all this stupid weird nonsense going on.
I'm sorry. I want to see Mickey be like freaking Master Yoda. I love that.
I mean, and that's fine, but like they go like, who are these cloaked guys in black cloaks? With,
Organization 13, man.
Who the fuck are these guys?
If you didn't play the second game, you're not going to know who these people are. And
I don't care about them. I want more Toy Story. You know, I don't care about these lame guys.
Well, you know what, Josh? At least you know what you want, and this game is not it.
Yeah, exactly. But it just, to me, like, that's the smart thing to do. Like, this is what people come to these games for, or they go on adventures with Disney characters. I don't understand why, but they make it so convoluted in the process. There's just so much shit crammed in there that's unnecessary.
I'm very surprised that I'm very surprised that someone in our group is being very quiet right now. Because I'm sure he has plenty to say.
Up on this, Zach. I know you got it in you, man.
No, don't let the Eeyore of the group like just poo-poo on everything that you're already like poo-pooing all over. I mean, like, it's just, man.
Hey guys,
his kid is gonna love this game whenever he finally plays it.
On his own time, sure. Yeah. Like,
he'll be too busy playing Fortnite.
Right now, to be honest, it just wasn't a game I enjoyed the first time around, many moons ago, and it just sounds like more of the same and more of that Square garbage. Like I'm not a Square RPG guy to begin with, and then just adding asinine Disney into the mix just kind of sounds bad.
To me, this game would have been a lot more enjoyable if it's like, all right, I'm in Hercules land. Cool. Let's get on the gummy ship. Let's go to Toy Story. Let's knock that out. Cool. Let's get on the gummy ship and let's go to Monsters Inc. Like, there's all this crap in between that's boring.
Hey, here's a question, Robbie. Did they do anything to make the gummy ships fun this time?
Yes.
Here's the thing. I have not touched Kingdom Hearts 3 yet because I have a coupon, 25 a coupon. I know it's coupon, but I just call it coupon just for fun.
I thought you said Koopa.
Coupon. I have a 25% off coupon for off a used game at GameStop, and I'm waiting to buy it used. I told y'all that I wasn't buying it the day it came out. Like, I stuck to my word.
I stuck to mine. I didn't buy
it. I'm just messing with you, Josh. But no, I wasn't going to play it because I still am concerned. Is this game 13 years worth the wait? And no one has made me feel like the answer to that riddle is yes. However, I've yet to hear Shannon's gushing over it instead of him having to defend it. So I kind of want to hear him nerd out on it.
Well, I haven't had too much time to play it just because of I've been playing Resident Evil 2 and other stuff. But I'll say that I have done Olympus, and I do. It's a nostalgia thing. It's like it's going back to those cartoons and those Disney properties that you like. It's going back to familiar characters. It's getting to pal around with Donald and Goofy and.
Well, I hate Donald, so let me just make that clear.
I think he's hilarious. Yeah,
I can't understand a damn thing Donald says. Like, every time he speaks, I have to have the subtitles on. He sounds like he's drunk.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's
well, I understand that's Donald. Yeah, I get that, but it's like I don't understand.
He's suffering from PTSD. Can you have a little sympathy, please?
But how come Daisy doesn't talk like him? She doesn't talk like he's stupid. Like,
because he's got anger management issues, and that's what he sounds like.
Because Daisy wasn't in the Navy and didn't see combat. You jackass! Like,
have a heart, Josh.
I know.
Jeez.
No, he's heartless. That's why.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not heartless.
Yeah.
Wait, aren't the heartless like like the bad guys?
Yeah, he means literally the heartless. Oh, that was fun. Okay. That was funny, Shane. I like that.
Yeah. It's okay. You have to explain the joke. It's not that funny, but
I got it. Hey, I don't play the game, and I got it, Shannon.
It's okay. Some of my dad jokes fall flat. It's all right.
So does the game still feel the same to you, though? Like, does it feel very, very similar to the original 2?
Shannon.
Oh, what's going on now? My
there you
are. Yeah,
there you are.
I mean, does the game feel a little too similar to the original in the gameplay department to you, though?
It does. It's familiar, and that's I think why I like it. I don't have to get used to. I don't have to get used to new controls. I don't have to get used to like new combat techniques. I mean, yeah, there's a little bit that they've added to it, like being able to, because I don't remember being able to jump off walls or pillars or anything. But I mean, for the most part, it's comfortable. And I think that's why I like it. It's just like slipping on your favorite pair of shoes and getting back in, just like walking around in them. Like I think that's what I'm enjoying about it right now. Is it's just good to go back to something familiar. So
and you get the story. You understand what's going on.
Not all of it, because I haven't played any of the iterations.
See, you're a Kingdom Hearts fan. You don't even get it.
But we said it doesn't make sense because we didn't play the 7 games over the.
And that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't have to.
Agreed. Now that I completely agree with, and I think Shannon does too. Don't you, Shannon?
Yeah, and I'm just saying, like on a general level, you could take a look at this game, and it's pretty basic. Sora's lost his powers. He's trying to get them back. He's going to all of these Disney worlds to find out like what is the secret sauce to him getting back into, being able to help his friends. I mean, that's it on the most basic level, right? I mean, like, and that's what I mean, that's what I'm clinging to right now. Like everything else will kind of just like flesh itself out. Like, I think as you start to play it more, I think more will be revealed. But as of right now, I mean, that's the story I'm sticking to, and I'm enjoying it. So,
Okay.
But I will say this, I had the same complaint about Final Fantasy 15. There's no reason why I should have to watch a 4-episode anime and an hour-and-a-half long movie to fully understand who these characters are and their relationships.
but that movie was dope.
And yet you love Metal Gear.
I understand fully Metal Gear story from 1 to 5.
All right, you're the one. All right, cool.
Okay. But
you always got to go after Metal Gear, man. Hey, at least I'm not ridiculous and say it's the greatest video game story of all time. Like, at least I'm not outlandish with that kind of crap.
Just wait till Death Stranding comes out. He's going to go ham on that game.
Well, no, I'm not, because
no, I'm talking about Zach. Zach will. He's gonna poo all over it.
Because what I saw at E3, that game looks dumb. Like, it doesn't look fun. It doesn't look interesting at all.
Mm-hmm. It looks like a Kojima game. Yep.
Oh, you didn't have to do that. That wasn't necessary.
There was a development. I guess I read something where they said a big person in the industry, a big developer, publishing person in the industry, played it and did not like it at all. They said. So I don't know, but there's a lot of people think it's super amazing too. So
have any of you seen the trailer for that Netflix action movie that looks like, made up John Wick, called Polar?
Yeah. I heard it's bad.
How much does that dude look like? I thought it was a Metal Gear movie with Mads has the patch on.
Mads Mikkelsen,
Yeah, and he's got the patch on, he's got the hallway, and he's got like the gray sweater. I'm like, it looks like Snake. Like, this is like, you could just be Snake right now. Like, and then it turns into like B movie John Wick. But yeah. It was just that first shot. I was like, holy crap, did they make a Metal Gear movie? Like, this is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I was hoping that would be good too, and I heard it's really bad. So I didn't.
Yeah, it's not good. During the afternoon, whenever little man won't let me get any schoolwork done, I have to just play with him and I'll turn a movie on or something. Mm-hmm. And I've been watching, I started watching and I was like, this is not good.
Yeah.
But Shannon, let me just ask you this, to have a true nerd out moment about the game. I did hear that the gummy ship stuff was better. The summons I heard are really cool. But also there was either a report or a podcast I listened to that talked about how the game would be developed for a little bit, then stop. Developed for a little bit and stop. Do you feel that way when you go to these different worlds? Because apparently, like in the Tangled world or in the Hercules world, it looks like it was made about 5 or 6 years ago, as opposed to Toy Story, where it looks like it was more recent.
That is true.
Yeah. There are areas that look a lot more polished than other ones.
The Hercules area does not look as good as like the Tangled one and stuff.
And it's a 2D cartoon, so I mean,
that's what I took from it. Like that, it's just a completely different art style and stuff like that.
Shannon, I guess, do you still have a big grin on your face while you're playing it?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, this game is strictly for Kingdom Hearts fans. I feel like if you don't like these games, this is not going to change your mind. I was hoping it would. It doesn't. I gave it a good solid 3.5 hours, and I dropped it. I'm done.
The one thing that kind of bugged me about it is I feel that in like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, they actually got the voice actors, or they sampled like lines from the movies to fit in the video game, and I feel on this one they just got voice actors that sounded close to.
Well, James Woods is in here from the guy that did
the guy who oh my gosh,
Hades.
That's what I just said.
Yeah,
Zachary Levi.
Yeah.
He's in it, but they couldn't get Mandy Moore, and they couldn't get Tim Allen and oh my gosh,
Tom Hanks.
Thank you.
I forget who did Meg's voice in Hercules too, but her voice is off.
Did Kristen Bell get in here for Frozen?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, she did.
And Danny DeVito's not in it either.
Okay. Yeah, because he played the little like
the centaur.
Yeah, he doesn't talk at all.
No, it was hella funny. He just kind of makes faces in the background. That's what I thought was,
he just kind of walked away and jumped on Pegasus and flew away. Yeah, he didn't make a peep. It was kind of funny. But yeah, like I said, people like Shannon are going to love the game. People like me are. It's not going to change your mind. So, but I tried. I gave it a fair shot. So it is what it is. Anybody got anything else they want to talk about in terms of games before we move on?
No, I would just like to say at least you're unbiased in your opinion. You know, you didn't poo-poo on it. You're completely objective.
I gave it a fair shot. I wanted it to be good. I wanted to enjoy it. I went into it hoping I would.
Wow. I am still trudging through Smash Brothers.
Okay. I played a little Piranha Plant. He's kind of cute.
I had my youth group over for a Super Bowl party, and I have a couple kids who don't really like sports. They just wanted to hang out with us, and I pulled out my Switch and I was just like, "Hey guys, you know, y'all play, do whatever you want." Over the course of the Super Bowl, they unlocked like another 14 characters,
nice.
But the fact that it took them 3 hours to unlock 14 characters really upsets me.
Yeah.
So I am now at 45 characters, and I still have like 28 to go. That's absurd.
Yeah.
And the fact that I've now found out the mechanism in which that they use to open up the characters and how it's steps taken by a character in the game.
Yeah. You can literally just start a match and just keep running back and forth for like 20 minutes. And every time you fight, you will get a chance to unlock someone every time.
That's the most freaking Nintendo bullcrap.
It's stupid. Yeah, I didn't like it at all either. I cheated the system to get them. It took me still about 5 hours to get everyone, and I hated it the whole time. I just wanted to get in and play with friends and online and stuff. Like I didn't want to do that. I wanted them all unlocked from the beginning.
And every time you guys talk about this game, it just sounds like something I want to play. It just sounds so fun. Just love how much you guys talk and enjoying this game. It's great.
The core game's fun, man.
Yeah, I'm having fun. Like, it's awesome that I played with.
I'm having fun when I'm not seething with rage that I can't unlock characters.
But now that I have them unlocked, that's not a problem anymore. I'm having fun with it.
The thing is, I got the two characters that I really wanted. I got Lucas and I got Snake, and that's all that really matters to me.
Snake.
So. So I'm happy. Like
if only they had Quiet in there too, you'd be set, right?
No, you know my feelings on Quiet. I do. I'm just messing with you. Kojima can. Oh God!
Hey, you gotta let a girl breathe, man. You gotta let a girl breathe.
I literally hate his pervertedness. But anyway, I mean, with that said, I mean they still put Bayonetta in there, and that's not much better either.
She's actually my favorite character in Smash Brothers.
She's fun.
I love how she plays. I'm super good with her.
She's a lot of fun. Oh man, well, I did start playing another game. Just for the fun of it. I never played Metal Gear Revengeance. And
you talked about this last time. Yeah.
And just I'm still playing through that. Like it's like Asura's Wrath. Like I know I made that reference last time, but it's still just big dumb fun. But yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Sweet. Let's go ahead and move on to our weekend review, man. We'll wrap this thing up. So Shannon, you want to start us off, man? Anything you want to talk about? Any movies you've been seeing? Any albums you've been listening to? Anything like that?
I finally got to see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay.
And, I thought that movie was dope. I love it.
Yeah, it was.
Like, I mean, that movie was great.
I still need to see it.
Other than that, you know, if we wanted to go into the Masked Singer hour,
here we go.
I don't know, dude. I still like that show. Like, I'll let you know right now. Like, some of the singers or some of the people that have been unmastered. Terry Bradshaw, you probably think he's washed up. Margaret Cho, you probably think she's
definitely washed up.
You think so? Like, she's pretty relevant.
Also, none of them are singers.
Yeah. But, let me see. Antonio Brown, he was the first one, and then I think I'm trying to think who it was.
When Tommy Chong, one of them, or something like that.
Yeah, Tommy Chong was one of them, and then
he's out of jail. I thought he was in prison.
Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown was one of them.
Yeah, he was the first one. But yeah, dude, like they're switching it up now. They're doing some. They always had like two two shows, like they alternated every week, and then there was like the lion, the monster, and the peacock, and then there was like like a unicorn who sucked, and then
sounds like a Narnia book you just spouted off there.
And then there was and then like on the other team there was like a rabbit, a bee, an alien, and whatever, and like that was like the sucky show. Like that was the rabbit was the only one you really wanted to watch on the other one. But now there's not enough of them to like really kind of carry like the show. Like all the good singers are on the one show. I guess they're realizing that their viewership is dropping when the second crew comes on. So now they've mixed them all up again.
Mm-hmm.
So it is pretty interesting to see, like Tori Spelling I think was last week's that got like voted off. So like I don't know who's left, but like it's all starting to get to be good singers now. So I'm enjoying.
I stand by what I said, man. The cast of judges are not enjoyable.
No, it's you. I don't watch it for them. I watch it for the singers.
And that's fair. I will not, like, it's kind of like how America's Got Talent works with me and Lisa. Like, we'll watch a clip that airs. We won't watch the show because it's just.
Yeah, I catch them on YouTube afterwards.
Yeah,
yeah, I do that too. If there's one that catches my eye, I used to watch America's Got Talent because I like some of the dance crews they have on there, especially like the illuminating ones where they do it in the dark and it'd be all neon and like techno music and they'd be dancing. Like that stuff was really cool to me, but none of them would ever win and they should have. It always make me mad, but I kind of stopped watching the show after that. So always like some kind of ventriloquist or something would win or something stupid or I don't know.
Dude, that ventriloquist chick was awesome.
I'm talking about like what was it, like the one guy that's like famous now? Didn't he win that? The Jeff Dunham guy?
I don't think so. I don't think he was ever on that show.
I thought that's how he became famous, or one of them did.
Because there's a girl who either won or came close to winning who was a ventriloquist but could sing incredibly well and never moved her mouth but sang amazing through the puppet. And that was really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Every time I would see something like really cool and creative on that show, it seems like they always just like let them go, and that always kind of bummed me out with America's Got Talent. I don't know, Zach. What about you, man?
You see, I always have these moments where I feel bad that like I never watch TV anymore, and then I hear a conversation like that, and I don't feel so bad.
Yeah,
it's one of those like, oh, sweet, I'm not missing anything. That's awesome.
The only TV I watch are cartoons that my kid forces me to watch. That's about it.
Yeah, let's talk Puppy Dog Pals. Let's get into it. It's Bingo and Rolly.
Yep.
And Kia and Bob. The hell's Bob doing with his life?
I had to watch the episode the other day where Bob wanted to learn how to yodel. So the puppies went to learn how to yodel so they could teach Bob how to yodel.
Yep.
It was really dumb, but hey, my kid was into it, so whatever.
I just want to know what tech Bob has that these dogs can get to Japan and back in like a day. Yeah. They're like, we got snow from freaking snow monkeys.
Yeah, Robbie, this is your future. This is what you got to look forward to, man. Yeah. You'll be memorizing every episode of Paw Patrol in no time.
Oh yeah.
Or Blippi. I don't know if you guys are on Blippi.
Oh yeah, my kid watches Blippi.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. My wife's going to be gone for about a year when she deploys. There won't be anyone to introduce him to that travesty.
See, you think,
and see, Zach. Here's what I'm going to do.
It just happens.
Here's what's going to happen. It's just going to be constant YouTube clips of classic college football games. He's going to watch. Okay. He's going to watch 04 Notre Dame to USC. He's going to watch the Bush Push. He's going to watch Stanford, Oregon back in 09. Like that's just what he's going to be watching all the time.
Yeah, and you're gonna put those videos on, and you're gonna put it on that YouTube channel, and you're gonna walk away to get him a bottle or something, and then like on the bottom, because like Stanford is like a tree, there's gonna be something on the bottom where like Paw Patrol, like all the way down, scroll all the way down, it's gonna be like Paw Patrol goes to a football game, and like he's gonna click on it, and it's gonna be like, boom,
or Stanford players sing Paw Patrol song.
Exactly.
What's this? What are these dogs that are saving people's lives? Yeah.
No, I'm not ignorant. I know that my kid will want to watch that, but also I just don't care.
Like, no, but it's one of those things. It's all harmless. It's all fun. It's just it's when you're sitting there trying to do like actual work, far away from your child when your brain's going da 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 da, going on a mission, and you hate yourself because you're singing these songs from the show.
I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine I'm so glad I graduate in June because I could not imagine finishing up my master's with him wanting to watch let's just example Moana 27,000 times.
Yeah, we went through that phase. Through that phase. Yeah. Let's see that. I was going to say movie phases. We did Cars, and then No, it was Cars 2. Sorry, the worst one. I watched Cars 2 a lot. Moana was a big one. Finding Dory, not Finding Nemo, but Finding Dory, and then most recently it's the Lego Jurassic World movie that's on Netflix. We've watched that a lot.
My son's all Toy Story. I have watched all 3 of those Toy Stories a bajillion times. He is pumped for the 4th one, by the way. And the damn Zootopia movie and the Shakira song they play in there. Yeah, I can probably recite the whole damn lyrics.
Oh wait, Lego Batman. I could do the script from Lego Batman.
My kid,
I could just give it to you right now. It's
I sat down with him and watched Lego Batman. He didn't really care for that one, and I have the Lego movie, and he didn't really like that either. So he's not really into Legos.
You both need to get your kids ready because potentially the best animated trilogy of all time is finishing up next week with How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Actually, Jonathan's really he's watched both of them and he likes it. He's into the 3rd one
because How to Train Your Dragon 2 has a Mufasa moment that is epic, and if they stick the landing, I'm going to tell you, I think it's better than Toy Story for me. Legitimately.
Wow. I don't think my kids watched them yet.
Fun fact, the most excited person in my house to see How to Train Your Dragon 3 is my wife. Yeah, she is so ready for that movie.
My wife is stoked. Dude, I don't know if y'all saw it on Facebook, but I posted I bought Elijah a toothless Build-A-Bear. Because of course Build-A-Bear does a toothless. But I let him pick. I was like, "All right, buddy, do you want Chewbacca or do you want toothless?" And he chose toothless. So I was like, all right, sweet.
You didn't tell him to let the Wookiee win?
No, I did not. Okay. So for my minute, I will just take a second and talk about we talked about Glass last time, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. That disappointment. So I watched a movie from last year called Searching, starring John Cho.
I have this in my queue. I haven't watched it yet.
Starring John Cho. It is from, I guess, point of view camera is from a camera on a computer, camera on a phone, any way they can tell it through a mobile camera that they show the story. And I had heard really good things about the movie. It just slipped through the cracks. And I got to tell you, man, that movie's awesome.
Yeah, I really want to see it.
And I'm not the biggest I love John Cho, Haram Kumar, but what's her name? Deborah Messing. I'm not the biggest Deborah Messing fan. I just think she's a one-trick pony from the TV show or whatever, and that was it. But she does a really good job too. It's basically her and him feeding off of each other the whole time. But it's basically about a daughter who goes missing and a father who just has a relationship with her and is trying to find her. And I will say this. The opening 15 minutes of that movie is on par with Up as far as openings and emotional openings. It is really good. Lisa and I watched it last week, and we were just like, man, this is awesome. This is really good. And then today I watched Girl in the Spider's Web. I'm a huge fan of the original Swedish trilogy. I'm a fan of the books. I'm a fan of the David Fincher version that came out in 2011. This film was nothing like those other movies. It doesn't have any edge to it or any kind of what's the word? You know how I don't know if y'all saw the Fincher film, but it had a lot of style. It had a lot of style to it.
Yeah.
This has no style to it whatsoever. It's almost just like a straight action movie. And they use Claire Voy, the girl from The Crown, and she does a great job of playing Lisbeth, but I don't know. I was just kind of disappointed with there is no the other movies are about her solving crimes, and there was no crime to solve. It was just like an action thriller the whole time, and so that was a little disappointing. But like I said, it was cool though seeing Claire Foy be a bad A, because there is this moment where she like gets, I'm not spoiling anything, but she gets like dosed with this poison, and she freaking crushes up acetaminophen and then snorts it and gets up and takes a dude out like Laura Croft style. It was it was pretty dope. But yeah, those are my two movies that I saw this past week.
Dude, there's so much stuff in like my Netflix just dropped Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I still need to watch.
So good.
It's so good. It was
so good.
The second best Marvel movie they released last year. It's
so
great.
good.
So I need to watch that. Amazon Prime just dropped 8th Grade, and I've been wanting to see that.
That is so good too. Jonah Hill is legit, man.
No, I'm talking 8th Grade. You're talking about mid-90s.
90s. My bad.
Yeah, no, 8th Grade is the one that the one comedian made, the serious movie about the girl in 8th grade. It's about 8th grade like students and like the life of an 8th grader.
Lady Bird is like that too.
Yeah. So yeah, I got that. I still need to watch. I did finally watch Ralph Breaks the Internet. So that hits in digital, I think, next week, and I need to buy that for my son.
How is that?
It's good.
It's good, but it's weird, dude. Like
it is a little
weird movie. Like,
my son loves Wreck-It Ralph. And
I'm a huge
I
fan
do
of the
too.
first one.
Yeah, I do too. But my son, like, he loves it too. So I'm gonna buy him a copy of it. But the one thing I was worried about with Ralph Breaks the Internet is that the video game-ness of it would be absent, since they're like running around the internet, and that's not really true. Like, there's still a lot of video game stuff in there, and they even spend a big portion of the movie in an online game. That's sort of like a Grand Theft Auto kind of thing. But so it's kind of cool. And the Gal Gadot plays a character in there and stuff. But I mean, the whole gist of the movie is that they have to go to the internet because Vanellope's candy kart racing game, like the steering wheel broke, and they need to go to eBay to buy a new one, or they're going to shut her game down. So that was the reason why they go to the internet. And I like how they portray the internet a lot better than stuff like the Emoji Movie did. The Emoji Movie, my son watched that one on Netflix, and that was god awful. And this does a lot better job of it. I like how they have like little users, like little people, like representing the users that are in the internet, like on the websites and stuff. I thought that was kind of clever. But I mean, there's still a lot of video game stuff in there. But the way, the direction they take Vanellope's character is very strange to me. But yeah, and then the end got really weird too, with like the way they like the big confrontation at the end of the movie.
That thing's like a freaking nightmare. Like,
yeah, it's kind of creepy. Like I'm kind of concerned
creepy.
about how my son's going to react.
My kid seemed to like. I think what was actually happening didn't hit him really.
Yeah,
so he just thought it was just kind of weird. Like he didn't get it.
Yeah,
but like I'm sitting there in the stands like, this is like the seventh ring of hell from Dante's Inferno. Like, Jesus.
Yeah. It goes to some weird territory, but I still enjoy it. I don't like it as much as the first one, but I still think it's fun. The Disney princess stuff was really clever. What they did with them, I thought that was pretty funny. But otherwise, yeah, it's a great sequel, but not as good as the original. But my kid's probably gonna love it anyways. He loved the first one, so yeah. But I might go sneak out and see Alita. Alita Battle?
That doesn't come out until the 14th.
Yeah, next week. And so I might try to sneak out and see that. Apparently, any day now we're supposed to get the title of this new Star Wars movie. So I'm waiting on that.
They had a freaking conference call today, and people were expecting to hear that. That did not happen.
Yeah. Something leaked on Reddit that I saw, and then it got taken down. I don't know if it got taken down because it was fake or it got taken down because it was real and Disney attacked them. But I forgot what the name of it was, and they had a screenshot and everything. It was like a really stupid name. It was like Balance of the Force, so like Star Wars Balance of the Force. It was the name of it. And I'm like, I looked at that. I'm like, that can't be the name, right? But it got taken down like a hawk. So it was either because it was fake or it was real, and Disney ninjas came after them. But I hope that's not the name because that's kind of dumb.
J.J. Abrams is doing this one, and if we know anything about J.J. Abrams, he loves to please fans.
Yeah,
he's going to give a name that everyone's going to enjoy.
What do you think it is? What's your biggest guess?
Revenge
of the Jedi or something.
No, because I think with Last Jedi it showed that they are absolutely trying to rid themselves of being in that Skywalker cycle.
See, man, we never had the conversation. You weren't around when that movie came out. Did you? How did you feel about The Last Jedi? Were you a lover or a hater or in between?
It's my second favorite Star Wars movie.
Is it really?
That's why me and
Wow.
Robbie are friends. I love that movie. I think it's
Really?
so good.
It's
I think
so
it's so good.
it's so freaking good.
I like the movie, but I don't like some of the directions they took the characters. But I was disappointed, but I still think it's good. I don't dislike it. And I think I liked it more upon repeat viewings, but I still am disappointed by it.
Earlier today, I saw one that said, like, someone posted it, like, "Oh man, they leaked the name of the movie. And it's Star Wars. It's like Star Wars. Last Jedi was really good."
Yeah. Yeah. I it's definitely not one of my favorites, but I would probably rank it above Revenge of the Sith. That's about it.
You didn't think Princess Leia like floating around in space like was just a little like
Oh
Just-
sure, that's dumb. But Yoda like raising a fucking TIE fighter out by swamp magic. That's fine. Yeah, sure, that's cool.
Swamp magic.
Yeah, no problem.
I personally don't. It doesn't bother me. As someone who read the old EU books, and Princess Leia was a bad A with the Force, and the fact that I never got to see it in the movies. Like, they even make reference to it in Return of the Jedi that she has Force abilities, and we never get to see it. And so for us to be able to see it, like, I wish that they would have let her die there so they could just moved on in episode 9, but they chose not to. And if they hadn't, like, we wouldn't have gotten that awesome moment with Luke and Leia, at the end of the movie. But I love the movie. Look, I'm not saying it's perfect, but no Star Wars movie is perfect.
What I enjoyed about it was it systematically takes apart all the old systems that worked.
Yeah.
Like as the movie goes along, it's like you have like the hotshot young pilot that's gonna go like off on this tangent that's gonna save the day, except he makes everything worse and it totally doesn't work. And it's like you have the general that's like, look, just stay the course and this will work. And the heroes that are like, F you, old woman, you don't know what you're talking about. They screw everything up and they don't save the day. Like, nothing works. And it's just one of those things where I thought it was a great, just turned what Star Wars fans know to be true about like how that world works on its head. And it's like, no, if you all would have just followed the plan, you all would have been fine. But you all screwed up now. And it's I thought it was great. I thought it was a really smart way to do it.
I think just for me, I was waiting for that Luke moment in that movie. And we got a Luke moment, but not the Luke moment that I wanted. I wanted to see him whoop some ass, and we didn't get that. And now we'll probably never see him.
And
you were waiting for Vader at the end of Rogue One. Like, that's what you were waiting for.
Kind of. I was waiting for that whoa moment, and I never really got it.
And listen, you are not wrong for having those feelings. But like most people I've come across, those that don't like Last Jedi, it is because they didn't give them what they wanted.
And that, I will completely agree with that. That is exactly it. This is not the way it planned out in my head, and I didn't like that it didn't at least somehow get near it.
This was not the movie you were looking for.
Well, don't worry.
Yeah.
Like I said, J.J. Abrams is all about people pleasing and fan pleasing. Which, hey, look, I freaking adore Force Awakens, so I'm not going to complain about that movie. But he's gonna fan service the crap out of all of this stuff, and he's probably gonna retcon a lot of it. So the stuff that Zach and I really, really love is probably gonna get fixed, quote unquote fixed.
But I mean, Force Awakens was a greatest hits package. There was nothing really special about it.
But it had to be that way, and I'm okay with it. Like, I understand.
And in the time it came out, I agree with you. I was like, yeah, that's how you have to get everyone back. Is like, sure, there's a father-son dynamic. Let's make a trench run. Let's do all the, let's do all this again. Like, there's an Emperor character now, and like, okay, great. Like, we're back. We're back to where we were.
For me, I would rather have the Rian Johnsons come in and flip Star Wars on its head when it's not doing the ending of the Skywalker saga. I would have rather than wrap that up and let him do whatever the fuck he wants. You know, like go do whatever you want with Star Wars. I wanted that satisfying conclusion, and I didn't feel like I felt like I was getting it, like ramping up in The Force Awakens, and then just right off a cliff in the other one.
Because Hamill's the only one left to be in the movies, dude, he's gonna be in the movie a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I would not put it past JJ to say, oh, he's not really dead. Y'all thought he died? No, he didn't really die.
Force warped or something out of there, and now he's running around naked somewhere with no robe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would love to keep talking about this, but it is midnight.
Okay, guys, we'll get out of here.
No. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just.
No, you're right. We're running way too long.
I gotta go to bed.
We're running way too long. So, all right, guys. Just as in closing, head on over to thatpixellife.com if you guys want more from us. Follow us on Twitter at thatpixellife. You can follow all of us individually as well. We're on the website there, all of our individual Twitter handles, so do that too. Join the Facebook group, talk games with us. Follow us on iTunes, drop a review. Check out our Patreon page as well. If you guys want to help fund the show and keep us running and improving and stuff like that, that's the place to go. Until then, that'll be it from us. Have an awesome weekend, guys. We'll see you next week, and take it easy.